So I must admit, so many of my adventures recently, especially since, let's say, the end of lockdown in like April or whatever it was, throughout summer, so many of my adventures have just been proper random. And by that I mean like, no real plans, just kind of picked an area and gone to it with my camera, which I always say on this channel. It's a really good way to go about things, you know. You don't fill your head with preconceived ideas. You haven't seen any other photographs online. You just don't necessarily know where or sort of what it is that you're going to photograph more specifically. And yeah, I've really enjoyed that over the past sort of two or 3 months, or even a bit longer than that. It's class. I feel like fell walking, for example. I mean, we're in the wonderful Lake District National Park today again, if you can't tell. Fell walking, you can't really go too far wrong, you know. Generally speaking, you get up to the top of a mountain, you got your camera, you're going to get some decent shots, let's face it. So we've got the beautiful Langdale Pikes there over my left shoulder, always seems to be in my videos. Then we've got the Langdale Valley, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to head actually in this direction today up to a fell called Pike of Blisco, which I've never been up, and all I know is just the geography of the area. I know it's going to give us a decent view down the Langdale Valley and have these gorgeous pikes. And I'm going to go up for sunset, which is in about 3 hours. I must admit, I've already been out on a hike. Let me spin you round. I've been up this fell off in the background, which is called Lingmore Fell, which was giving us a really nice view over towards Pike of Blisco, and that's kind of what made me want to go up there. So yeah, proper random adventure, guys, to be honest. Let me spin you back round here so you can see the beautiful Langdales. Proper random adventure. Yeah, going up for the sunset. Feeling fairly hopeful. Tell you what, because I've been on a hike, I can hear a stream down here. I'm going to get a bit of water, get a pot of noodles on the go. See you in a sec.
You're up in the sky, I'll carry you home, home to the mountain near. And soon, my friend, you'll see the look in the ones you left behind, the ones you left behind. And I'll sing for you all the
So I'll tell you what, I will tell you what, a little bit of hot food goes such a long way. I think I've said it so much recently, it's probably a bit of a broken record, but it's just changed my life with the hikes. Honestly, I don't know what was wrong with me before, just coming up with like an energy bar or something. It makes a world of difference just to stop. I think, you know, because I'm so excitable and I just want to get to the top, I never take the time just to relax and take a rest, really, and have a bit of hot food. It does the world a good. And oh yeah, by the way, I did that video there 2 or 3 weeks ago where I asked for loads of jet boil recipe suggestions. Basically, I got some amazing responses to that, loads and loads of stuff that I didn't even think of. So thank you all so much, that's class. I'm looking forward to testing a few of those out on some bigger hikes at least. So yeah, as you can see, we've pretty much got the same view. We've got the Langdale Pikes, side pike, then Lingmore Fell just there where I was earlier, and I don't know what it is, probably about 2 kilometers if that to get to the top. Still another 2 hours till the sunset, so I've got loads of time. I'm just going to take it easy, and even if I just get one photograph today, I'll be delighted. Sky's looking nice. Obviously you can never tell with regards to how well or how much of a nice sunset we're going to get, you know. We don't really know what's going to happen with the light, but it's looking decent. It's got all the ingredients, you know. What a day to be alive. Let's crack on. That's better. So we have got this one final little, well, scramble really, and then will be a top pike of Blisco. So just hold that epic summit B-roll for a second, because I'm going to take a quick photograph. If you look here sort of on the right, I'm just going to shoot this handheld, by the way. We are still about an hour and 20 minutes till the sunset. Even though we haven't got any sort of direct sunlight, it's still pretty bright, you know, we're not even in the golden hour yet. What I'm trying to work with here anyway is shapes, because we haven't got much light. I don't want to be negative about it. One thing that I always look for in these sort of flat conditions is shapes, and you can see right over here, I can't really see the screen now, but we've got, I think that one there is Harrison Stickle, I think. On the Langdale Pikes, and then right off in the background we've got the Skiddaw range, which is so far away it's pretty hazy, and they're sort of silhouetted right off in the distance. So handheld, same as, was it my last video? Aperture priority again, guys. Who is this guy? Look at that. Anyway, no big deal. Aperture priority. I want to stick it Sean Connery, I want to stick it in a, let's go for F11. VR on, autofocus on. Who is this guy? I'm just focusing on Harrison Stickle, which is that sort of dome shaped one you can see on your right hand side. Zoomed in, not too far. What we at here? About 80 mil, and like I say, it's all about shape. So I'll probably have Harrison Stickle in the top right third somewhere on that intersection. The sky's pretty nice, you know, it's not incredible. We have got detail up there, exactly like I was talking about in my last video. It's overcast, we haven't got any direct light, but there's quite a lot of detail up there which I will bring out. So I'll grab this now. Sorry, just change that actually. There we go, F9, 1/40th of a second, which means I'm still able to shoot at ISO 100. So no tripod necessary. Let's get the shot. And there we go. That is as simple as it gets. I'll tell you what, I've kind of had this in my mind. I didn't think I was going to say this because I don't want to commit to it. I'm not going to commit to it, but I'll say this. I might actually process this one as a black and white. What's going on there? Aperture priority, autofocus, and a potential black and white. I hope it's worth it. Right, let's get up to the summit. I hope you like this one. Well, you've probably seen what I've just tried to do there. This is grim. Look at this. Hang on. I just went to have a little tap on the summit cairn as you're doing. Look at the state of this. What is going on there? Oh my goodness, that is grim. Anyway, they are not what I'm up here for. Oh, by the way, actually, I was reading about this summit cairn the other day. Apparently this used to be massive, probably from memory, as if I was around, from memory of what I read, I mean, 1940s and 1950s, it was huge, and you could see the summit cairn from down here in the Langdale Valley, which I thought was amazing. Well, apparently it got vandalised in the 1950s. People come up here and just wrecked it, and I think people have tried to build it back up somewhat, but yeah, apparently this thing was massive. Anyway, what a spot, absolutely beautiful. There's the image that I just got in the background there, and then this is class because, as I was saying just before, I didn't think we really had much light, but as I was coming up this fell, I was coming in a westerly direction. Obviously that's where the sun sets, so the whole mountain was kind of blocking my view. So it's nice to see a little bit of light, and you can probably see, you know, we're getting a sort of orange glow on the horizon. Anyway, steer clear of them dodgy looking flies and chill out for a bit. We've still got another hour. We're just getting into the golden hour now, and yeah, chill out for a little bit and just have a slow little look around to see if there's any more compositions. Alright, so I'm actually, it's become a little bit of a rush, and it's not really anything to do with the light. In all honesty, you'll probably understand this more when I tell you about this photograph. I don't really need to rush, but we've just got this beautiful sort of orange glow in the sky, and this is actually a really weird photograph. I don't really know how else to describe it. And again, I just said, like I just said, you're going to understand this a hell of a lot more once you see the photograph, really. Now, basically, as you can see behind me, we've still got a bit of an orange glow, and somewhere over there is that Skiddaw range what I just photographed, and it still looks gorgeous over there. But I kind of figured, like, there's no point in shooting in that direction, you know. I've got that shot from before; it's pretty good. Looking at it now, I could probably get a better image, but I'm just going to leave it and focus my attention elsewhere. So that's what I did, and I've started looking back towards what would be the southwest. All right, and exactly the same concept of my last photograph with the telephoto lens. We haven't got any direct light. We've no light on the land. We've just got this beautiful orange glow to the west. So I'm trying to use shapes again. That's my tactic in this situation. You know, I did a video a couple of weeks ago up on Skiddaw when I was with Ian Worth wild camping, and I didn't bring my telephoto lens up with me. Who does that? Ridiculous. Always bring your telephoto lens if you're coming up to a mountain. So yeah, just trying to pick out shapes in the distant landscape. And anyway, the particular area that I wanted to focus on is miles away, honestly. And I'm actually, with my 55 to 300 millimeter lens on, I'm zoomed in at 300 mil. So it's ages away. Just because I wanted to photograph these particular shapes. We're getting some light coming through now as well, so I might be rushing imminently. So anyway, kind of zoomed right in, and I took the shot as I'm doing now. I'm going to retake it on the tripod, and it looked pretty cool. And I looked at the LCD screen on the back of the camera after I took the shot, and there was these like little figures right off in the distance, these little sort of sticks, right? I was thinking, what's going on there? What is that? I thought my camera was messing up or something. And I looked a little bit closer, and what it actually is, if anybody knows this area really, back to the southwest, we're looking over Morecambe Bay. It's miles away, like, but we're looking more specifically towards kind of Barrow Furnace, and we've got a wind farm over there. And that's what it's capturing, that wind farm. So I took a couple of shots handheld, but I was a little bit worried that they weren't coming out sharp. So I thought there's an aeroplane somewhere. I thought I'll stick it on the tripod, or honestly, I'm going to show you some B-roll of this right now. This is crazy how far away it is, but I'm focusing on the windmills. It's absolutely amazing. That is so far away. Right, so I'll zoom back out, and honestly, this is all about shapes. And then we're just going to have these kind of sinister, sort of ominous, is that the right word? These kind of ominous silhouetted windmills right off in the distance. There's a helicopter flying over us. Hi guys, getting a good shot here, by the way. Yeah, so we've got these shapes of the fells, and then we've got some trees on them, and then just, yeah, this kind of strip of the wind farm in the background. And because we're getting this beautiful sort of orange glow from the sunset, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So sorry guys, this is live and reactive. Oh, I'm still aperture priority mode, what a wally. Right, f5.6 ISO 100. I want f5.6 because I need a quicker shutter speed, and in this instance the focus doesn't really matter too much. It's so hazy, to be honest. It's not going to be that much, we're not going to have that much detail in this photograph anyway. I'm going to actually bump up the ISO to 500 because I think the reason my handheld shots were blurry is because I'm so zoomed in, so I need a much quicker shutter speed. Let's go for 1/200th of a second, which means I can reduce my ISO to 250. Final settings: ISO 250, f5.6, 1/200th of a second, 2-second timer. What a mad photograph! It looks pretty cool. I don't think I've ever taken a photograph this mad. So I've just come down from the summit there a little bit. A couple of other people enjoying the sunset. You know, I don't want to be shouting and bawling and ruining their time because, I don't know if you can see from my face, the sun's come down from below some low cloud, and honestly, what a privilege. This never ever gets old, to come to the top of a fell in a place that you adore and witness a sunset. It's so incredibly special. I could never possibly get that across on video, you know, on this channel. It is so special. So the sun's now dipping down ever so slowly down behind what I believe is Cold Pike or perhaps Bow Fell or something. I don't even care. It is so beautiful. I'm not, what time is it now? It's still like 20-25 minutes till the sunset. I think because it's quite hazy, it feels as if everything's like, I think the sun as it sets can light up that haze, you know, light up the atmosphere so it can appear as if the sun's setting a little bit earlier. But honestly, it's beautiful. I've been seduced by the Langdales and Skiddaw. I always get seduced by the Langdales. So I have actually took another shot in this direction. And basically, as the sun was coming down, we were getting this kind of, I want to say like second-hand glow on the Langdales and some of the closer fells. Skiddaw looks pretty much exactly the same, silhouetted in the background, but it works so well. And this one definitely won't be a black and white, so it's probably going to be, it's definitely going to be an incredibly similar composition to that first photograph that may or may not have been black and white, which is always quite strange because you know already. Yeah, similar composition, but this is definitely going to be a colour because the scene, you know, suits it. Done a little bit of a pano as well, if anything, just as a bit of an insurance policy. I can crop in later, but I think the pano's going to look cool. I don't really know what else I'm going to shoot. Honestly, this is just an honour. I don't know how else to put it. Like, the sun is dipping down below the Lakeland Fells, and I'm up on the side of a mountain. It's temperate, it's quiet, it's absolutely beautiful. I am so incredibly grateful to call this place home, like, and also grateful to be able to share moments like this with you guys, and it's just epic. There's no other word for it. Epic mountain photography. Oh. So anyway, I'll show you this pano sort of shot that I got back towards the Langdales and Skiddaw, and then, like I say, still 20 minutes or so to the sunset. Hopefully one more. Look at that sky in the background there. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, it's well and truly kicked off. Just unreal. So I'm taking another shot, as you can see there, and all I've done, just for the crack really, is stuck the 10 stop on the front, and I am, what is it? It's about a 10-minute exposure. So I've just stuck that on the watch. You can probably see it just about there. It's like an 8.5 minute exposure once I've done the calculations on the Nissi app, but because you've got to be careful because the light's fading, you'll usually need a little bit of a longer shutter speed, you know, because obviously we're losing light, it's getting darker and darker. Epic! I mean, you can't ask for much more than that, can you? Coming up a mountain to do a bit of photography. What a treat. Anyway, it's one of them. It's one of them where I'm going to take a moment to say thank you to you guys. It's, you know, I mean, I have a decent amount of self-worth and self-value. I know I've worked hard to get to where I am with this YouTube channel and my photography, and I'm really proud of myself, but at the same time, I'm under no illusions. I've said this in the past. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the support that I continue to receive from you. So for that, yeah, eternally grateful. And thank you all so much, honestly, just for tuning in twice a week and commenting, liking the video. If you could do that, by the way, that always helps. Yeah, you know, the one-to-ones, the calendar, everything. Honestly, it's class. I'm living my dream, and it's all down to yous. Thank you so much. So I'm going to wait on this one. What have we got left? 6.5 minutes. I'm going to enjoy the last of this sunset, and then I'm going to head home. So I'll pop this last image up for you guys to see. As always, I hope you like it. Thank you so much for tuning in. What an adventure. I'll see yous on the next one. Out.